Nope.
Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 rated sportsbook app out there. I'm your host, Rudo, joined by AJ Hafley and Blaze Hunter.
Sharks, how you feeling?
So, Sharks, I'm here asking you for a 6-3 win over the St. Louis Blues in Game 2 of Round 1. What I have to offer is a Nathan MacKinnon hat trick.
Is that how the show seriously works?
Pretty much, yeah. Honestly, yes.
They refer to other grown-ass adults as sharks.
Yep.
And then ask them for stuff and say what they have to offer?
Mostly they ask for money and they have a product that they want.
Dang. Yeah. This is the thing I learned tonight. So, that's because Dr. Dubs is in the house.
Dr. Dubs, always in the house at the DNVR bar. As we get all the small things playing at the bar.
I'm going to try to avoid another manic episode.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Give it a good effort tonight. Look, it wasn't as easy as it could have been tonight.
What are you talking about? No worries.
But they got the dub.
Ain't concerned about shit.
I hear it. I hear that all night. What do you say about the Avs top line tonight? Because Nathan MacKinnon balled the fuck out.
It's a good reminder to everybody why it's the best line in hockey. Like, there's an absolute hockey-playing robot monster in Edmonton. Didn't do shit tonight.
0 points for Connor McDavid.
Yeah, all that regular season crap out the window.
It's weird how
look who's doing it.
They put it all back to 0.
Oh God, I totally forgot.
Postseason's pretty good.
I have to pour water on my head again tonight.
7
points in 2 games.
So basically just what he did as an 18-year-old against Minnesota.
That's all. Just top 4 in the ever in playoff points per game.
Peasy.
And moving up that list.
Yeah.
Bednar's running his hands through his hair. Looking at MacKinnon.
What's not to love? Just beautiful to look at.
Whoa, wait. Quick, huge shout out to Jordan, who found out an hour before the game that his dad had a successful heart surgery, and then he had this game.
That's a legit great day.
Yeah,
that's a huge day right there. That's awesome.
That's like the Dr. Dubs of Dr. Dubs.
Congratulations to Papa Jordan. What was your last name? Hamilton? I don't know. Your dad. Congrats.
Hell yeah.
A shot for are we doing winner shot? I don't know if we have any, to be honest.
I didn't do anything.
Well, I'll drink a shot at some point. It'll be fine.
D-Line's going to
There you go. D-Line's got us covered. We'll get shots. It'll be good. Let's get into the game.
Let's just start with the #1 thing in this game, and that's Nazem Kadri.
Oh, yeah.
Because
it was not,
I thought it was a totally fine game for him. He was nowhere near the disaster he was. And then he smokes Justin Falk.
Yep. It's
a blindside hit to the head.
Yep. You can't do that.
It's totally indefensible. There's nothing to say.
How many games is he going to get for it?
I think because it's the postseason, I'm expecting it to be 2.
I think 1.
I think it's going to be 2.
2?
Yeah.
Just because of priors? Because
they... I don't know the repeat offender stuff and where that comes in the postseason. I'm not sure how they...
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know how long it's been. It's the second Avs season. I don't know. But the fact is, it's just indefensible. You can't... Yeah. And I absolutely hate the message that it would send to everybody else if he gets 1 game for that. It's as blindside a hit as it gets.
I'm trying to think of who else has gotten suspended so far.
Yeah. Sam
Bennett got suspended the 1 game for the charge
brutal boarding charge.
Yeah.
But this is like the thing that they have worked really hard to take out of the game. It's this exact hit. It's taking out the blindside shot to the head. It's the one thing that they've worked super hard on removing. You can't hit guys like that. 10 years ago, that's a big hit, and everybody's right. But we don't have quite a Neanderthal approach to concussions anymore. We respect brain injuries. We take them seriously. It's not acceptable. It's stupid. In the third period, protecting a 2-goal lead of a team that's pushing, you just gifted them 5 minutes with a man advantage. What are you doing?
And it's a bad 5 minutes, too.
I mean, it's an unacceptable decision to make.
Yeah.
You have to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're not playing well just compounds it, because it's not going to inspire Jared Bednar to want to put the guy back in the lineup. Why would you? He's not doing shit for you, and now he just actively took a hatchet to you trying to protect a 2-goal lead in a third period. It's incredibly stupid, and it's unbelievably selfish.
And, to be clear, I think he only gets a game because of the Department of Player Safety. Whatever he gets, well earned for a suspension on that. It's just, you just cannot do that, full stop.
Well, and that was the turning point for the Blues to turn it back on, and they came close to tying up this game because of that penalty.
I mean, look, the PK did a great job. They limited everything to the outside. They gave up the 1 goal, and it was in transition.
Yep.
It was because they let them come with way too much speed through the neutral zone. They broke down, and it was, where are our assignments? What are we doing? We don't know who's taking who. And Comfer and Nichushkin basically just doubled up, and we're like, oh, we're covering nothing. And you let that pass off the pads happen. And, look, otherwise, the PK did a fantastic job.
Yep.
Killing that off.
For 5 minutes, yeah.
Freaking
huge.
Patrick Nemeth, a great job clearing the puck. Blocked a shot, cleared the puck, did his job. Did the thing that he does well. Also did the thing that he does not do well, which is move a puck. Apparently, and what sucks about that, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to
we'll
get into it.
We'll get there.
I just cannot fathom him. That's a guy that has worn an A for you. That is a guy that is supposed to be setting a tone for you. That is a guy that is supposed to be holding others accountable for nonsense.
Yep.
And for him to do that, it's an incredible disappointment. Look, after his history in Toronto, the Avs trade for him. They put him in a position of leadership. They put him in a room with a bunch of young guys. They put him in a spot of, okay, this is your redemption tour, so to speak. His postseason last year was everything that you wanted. Yep. He was nails. He had 6 game-winning goals. He was their whole power play. He was unbelievably good for them last year. And right now, we are 2 games in, and he was their worst skater in game 1.
Yep.
He was totally fine. He was on his way to a rock solid, hey, that was a nice contribution. He picked up an assist. He had a good all around solid game. He was putting together a perfectly fine performance, and then does something incredibly stupid like that. If you can't control yourself, the coach can't put you on the ice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you're going to be in that, you are in a huge position protecting a 2-goal lead in the defensive zone. It's unacceptable. If the league wasn't going to suspend him,
the Avs should.
Jared Bednar should have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. They need to rip whatever A has been on his jersey, and they need to light it on fire.
Like MacKinnon with the 25 patch.
Straight up, they need to
that's weird.
They need to just take the thing off, and they need to burn it in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be Bednar. It needs to be Landy. You hold each other to a certain standard and to a certain level, they have to know that that's unacceptable from him. He's too important to this hockey team for him to be pulling selfish garbage like that. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable on every level.
Yeah.
He is super lucky it did not cost them a playoff game.
That's very true. I mean, and he's that type of player. I mean, it's like that Tom Wilson playing on the edge. Kadri has that game, and when it's not working for him, kind of reverting back to that more of a heavy hitting. That was a cheap shot, right?
It is.
Yeah, and that's the part he's got to get rid of his game, and it'll be really interesting to see what they do as far as suspensions go for him.
It's gonna happen. I mean,
it's definitely gonna happen, but I just because of what happened in the past in Toronto with those suspensions, are they gonna pull that up and then suspend them for a longer term than what we're seeing being handed out right now in the league?
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time believing he's out for the first round, unless the first round is 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, if it goes 7,
if it gets into games 5, 6, and 7, I would be really surprised if he missed I would say beyond Game 5. I would be really surprised if he missed that.
Me too.
But I've also always advocated for consistently over-punishing to send the message this is unacceptable.
Same.
If they want to do that now, that's fine with me.
Whatever they give him, he deserves. Like, there's no case to be made that...
Yeah. Look, if they give him 10 games, that's unacceptable.
All right.
Like, that would be unacceptable from their perspective.
Has the Dopes ever given 10 games in the playoffs? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's one,
You'd have to do something pretty drastic.
Did you actually try to murder a human? All right. Give us a minute. We'll get to him.
Yeah.
Well, you can bring him over if you want, though. If you want to just... That's fine. Winner shots are coming in. We'll get to him in a second, chat. What even are those?
Is that a watermelon? Oh, okay.
It's great. So we're just drinking whatever. All right.
More sunscreen?
More sunscreen.
Let's rewind a little bit. We kind of jumped all the way to the Kadri event.
Well, I wanted to start there because
I know it's the big topic.
It's the most important thing from the game.
Well, let's get that out of the way, though.
Yeah, and like, I just think that's the main storyline. So I wanted to start there.
Sure. Happy to do it, but let's go back. Period 1. Avs get on the board first. You're feeling really good about the first period of this hockey game.
Yeah.
Because...
this is a continuation.
Yeah, right. They kept rolling, and particularly Nathan MacKinnon just said, what up? I'm the best player on the ice right now. Try and stop me.
Yeah.
Was that 35 seconds in?
Yeah, that one didn't even involve him.
Yeah, that's true.
But like the first goal,
The first goal,
35 seconds in. I mean, that's continuation.
That was like, all right, so game 1, Binnington ends up giving 4 goals, but he played extremely well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gives up that goal, which it was deflected, but super leaky through the 5-hole. Goes in 30 seconds into the game, and I think a lot of Avs fans went, okay, not going to get goalie this entire series.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yep.
So, good start in that way. The Avs completely murked them in the first period. I think shots were 19-5 or something insane. Yep. It was not a competitive period of hockey. The only thing the Avs didn't do was completely bury them by scoring a third goal. So, nice.
It's a great first period.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
That simple.
There isn't an NHL team that would not take that first
10
period.
10 out of 10, yeah.
I mean, what do you not take out of it? You have a 2-0 lead. You outshoot the opponent 19-6. You don't seriously get threatened.
Blues had no pressure, no presence in the
You put their foot
whatsoever.
on the throat immediately. Yeah. I mean, it's
just sending the message there.
Yeah. And then you look at the
yo chat, absolutely not. Falk was unconscious on the ice.
Yeah.
Don't even try that.
Yeah.
That dude was out.
He was out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know how you fake that.
Yeah.
Like there are responses that your body does when you go unconscious, and he had all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the one like I've been unconscious a few times on the ice. And your arms kind of
literally the reason that I quit playing hockey
is
because I got 6 concussions before I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And was like, well, I'm gonna die, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Serious stuff.
Yeah. Have some. It's cool. We're all Avs. Everybody's an Avs fan chilling.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, let's just calm it down there. We're not gonna be the place where you get all bloodlusty and be like, should have hit him harder. None of that.
That ain't it. Yeah.
There was a Blues fan on Twitter tonight who advocated for breaking Cale Makar's neck, and as soon as
don't be that guy.
As soon as it got screenshotted, he went private.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's coward shit, and he knew it.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have that up in here. Just flat out, not gonna have any of that up in here.
Yep. Any case, Avs can break their necks on the scoreboard because that's the place to do it.
Yeah.
Start of the second period, kind of more of the same, right? You're feeling confident in this Avs hockey team, I'd say.
Smoking them. It's just a continuation.
All the way up through halfway through the game, 10 minutes left in the second period. This game was just domination.
Yep.
And then you got the Blues pushback. And it became a hockey game.
What'd you guys think about that first goal that they scored? Was it a good goal or was it soft?
It's a really sharp angle. Look, my problem with it is the turnover.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, like, Nemeth made a really nice little juke move right before. And then
it just serves
he
it
does,
up to nobody.
He does the hard part, right? And, like, Landy's right there in the middle of the ice by himself. It's perfect.
And he throws it 5 feet behind him.
And Landy is like probably like, what the? Are you kidding me with this, dude?
And you know for Nemeth too, that feeling of it coming off your stick, because you know it's happening as you're making that pass. You know, you're just like, you want that back, and it's basically the oh shit moment.
No doubt he was not feeling very good as soon as that puck left his stick.
Dude,
it wasn't an oh boy moment. It was an oh shit.
It was so frustrating because like. He makes like a legit, like he makes a really nice little move.
Yeah.
He avoids the forecheck. Great. He has done what he has to do. All he has to do is make the extremely simple practice level pass to Landeskog, and they break out, and that goal doesn't happen. The response to that, the defensive response to that, very scrambly. They get really slidey.
Yeah.
And like it's very obvious. It's something that that Pratt has been teaching since he got to Colorado. Because when he got here, suddenly everybody is sliding around on the ice in desperation. We've seen it work. It worked. It worked.
It was.
Game 1 on a scoring chance. You know, you had 2 guys slide by, and eventually they pulled the puck out of there. Sometimes it works. That's why they do it.
It's a thing that
not good tonight.
EJ has done for his entire career.
That's where EJ's been doing it forever. And then I don't know. Maybe he taught Pratt it.
Pratt was like, "Yo, check this out.
This is super effective." Well, EJ also being a pterodactyl, is a little bit different than Sam Gerard being like. You know, you got little T-Rex arms flapping around.
And if you have a high-skilled player going against you and you go down, I mean, they basically can just stop or toe drag around you as you just slide on by.
Yeah.
You're hard to stop when you're on your belly. It's true. Thank you, everyone, for all of the super chats. There's been a ton of you so far tonight. Very, very appreciated. Most of you seem to just be popping off and not asking questions. So.
Which is totally okay.
Yeah,
That's what you should be doing.
Off for real.
Up 2 games,
it's a game. Like the Avs are up 2-0 in the first round series against the Blues. We've been a little frustrated to start the show because we started with the Kadri stuff, but otherwise, like
popping.
Come on,
you take that out of the game. It's a great game.
A couple of things. A little bit later in the show, we're giving away 5 DNVR Locker gift cards for $15.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Oh yeah.
Number 2. The DNVR bar was insane tonight.
Oh.
the cheer that started up, everybody getting really crazy when like altitude was
before the actual even started.
So it was like altitude was like it had like the thing where it was like coming up next is game 2, and then they cut to like a Bud Light commercial and the bar's going nuts, and it was just like, oh jeez.
I mean, it was there was people standing
Look, chat. It was standing room only on a Wednesday night. Friday
at 8:30.
Friday, get
for an
here
8:30 game
early on Friday if you want to
Absolutely.
come to the bar because it's gonna be packed.
This weekend is going to be awesome.
Yeah, the afternoon game on Sunday. Come drink some mimosas and hockey.
Oh, you got Nuggets starting on Saturday.
Another
too,
late
8:30 game.
Yeah, that's great.
Night owl life here in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dominic Toninato did score a goal tonight.
Yeah,
that was
got a nice deflection. Good for him.
We are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 rated sportsbook app out there. With basketball playoffs right around the corner, hammer the over. They're bringing it back, and this is free money. You can bet a maximum of $25 on the over in featured playoff games, and every 1,500 people that bet on the over, they lower the over by 1 point. To be clear, the over will become 0 on this offer.
Yeah.
You will win this bet if a basket is scored in one entire basketball game. So it's free money. Go bet $25 on it and win yourself some free money with DraftKings Sportsbook. Over there, you can, of course, bet on hockey, basketball, baseball as well, football too. Look, I'm not saying bet MacKinnon for the Conn Smythe, but the dude has 7 points in 2 games.
Oh, man.
Got a long way to go, but that's a decent start.
Yes.
That's a very good start.
Exactly. Looking pretty good. Plenty of other amazing odds boosts every single day to bet on over there. You got to, you would have, Donskoy for goal number 1 would have paid out tonight. Probably pretty good odds there. I don't actually remember what they were, but I'm sure you get plus like 700 even for MacKinnon if you're betting on first goal. So jump on it. Head on over to DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. $25 the max bet for the hammer, the over. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Yeah, it might take 2 hours early, honestly.
I've been telling people you're going to have to get here early on Friday.
Straight up.
The place is going to be crazy. It's a 7:30. It's a Friday night. It won't be all rainy and nasty, I hope. It'll be...
crazy nice weather this week.
Oh,
yeah,
baby.
It's going to be...
Let's go.
Yeah, and then Sunday, just a pre-warning, it will be mimosa and hockey day for me. So.
Yeah. It's gonna be a weekend.
I make no promises about what Sunday's show looks like.
Are the breakfast burritos back yet?
Especially if they on the off chance
if they sweep it up,
if they end up with a sweep, and I've been drinking
afternoon.
mimosas for 5 hours.
Oh my god!
I promise
nothing.
I hope that's true. I want my prediction to be wrong. I want it to be the sweep.
It'd be great if it just got just done.
Yeah.
We do finally have one super chat question. I'm assuming he means Newhook instead of Byram here, but is Newhook going to slide in? Because Byram at center would be really interesting.
I do want to get to roster conversations. I want to finish the game first before we get to those. We'll talk about that for sure in a bit.
Yeah.
Continuing through the game. So, you get through the second period.
Yep. With you, Michaela.
Let's go! All right. If we play a bunch of Bruce Springsteen that day. Second period, end of it. Blues do push back strong against the Avs. They end up getting the one goal that we already talked about. It felt like the Avs had a chance to bury the game, and they didn't. At the end of the second period, still weren't that concerned at that point.
Yeah, I mean, 3-1 going in, you feel okay. You know you haven't been called for a penalty.
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna have to kill at least one.
You know
power
it's coming
play.
back, yeah, for sure.
It's like you know at some point you're gonna have to defend.
Yeah.
And then really like the first 5 minutes of that period,
yeah,
it was like
cruising.
If they do this for the first like 15 minutes,
game's done.
This is easy.
Yep.
What they did in the first few minutes of that third period is what St. Louis does to teams when they have a lead, where they just dick around in the neutral zone and they just trade possessions. They stop you at the blue line.
Yeah.
You know, and like no high danger anything. It just, you look down and 7 minutes have disappeared and you're like, what happened? And you're like, well, they just traded puck possession for a few minutes and they just kept doing it over and over and over. And that's where the Avs were headed.
Yep.
They had chilled out on the bleeding of danger, like dangerous opportunities.
Yep.
They were doing a good job. It was fine. Like they were totally fine until the Kadri incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, what you saw is like, that's why you want to go up by 3 goals. I mean, that old saying is 2 goals is the deadliest lead in hockey, right?
Yeah.
And they get that third goal, and then at the end of the second there, Blues get back into it. It's still a 2-goal game. It was a little squirrely at the end of that period, though. Like at the last minute mark there, they had a few chances where they could have put one in, and it would have been a totally different game from that point on.
Yeah. There's a lot of new people in chat. I don't know if they're familiar with my old Rocket League saying, but you can confirm. I tweeted it from the DNVR account tonight, all right? That's why you score 4, okay? Obviously, the Kadri incident happens. We talked about it. The Blues
was awesome, man.
PK was fantastic.
I felt like I wanted to tweet out the start of that PK. This penalty kill this 5-minute power play will decide the game. Yeah. If the Blues tie it up or take the lead, they're winning.
If they get two, I thought it was over.
If the Avs walk out of that 5 minutes with the lead, they're winning this game. And it was close. But again, like the one goal that they gave up was not a power play goal as you normally see. It's a transition goal. You also could see, so I was really curious. I'd like to talk about this just real quick.
Sure.
Because I brought it up last game. They had Nemeth shadowing Mike Hoffman. And I said, okay, how do they adjust? Because they have Tyler Bozak on the other side. Tyler Bozak knows he's Tyler Bozak. He knows he is not scaring anybody. And so he's over there just to pull the defense and to pull the PK away from Mike Hoffman. Torrey Krug knows it. Look, again, if I'm sitting here in the chair watching the game on television and I can recognize that this is taking place, surely the Avalanche are cognizant of that. Yeah. And they were shading both Graves and Nemeth even as they were forcing the puck to Bozak, because they would move it over. Hoffman would get it and he wouldn't shoot it. He would just move it back. And he was like, okay, well, we have to get them moving.
Yep.
So they kept trying to, and then they would try and go cross ice. It wasn't working. They were winning all of the puck battles. They were winning all the little races to the puck. Standard power play stuff, right? But the one thing that they want to do is they want to set up Mike Hoffman to shoot the puck. And it just wasn't happening. When he got it, he didn't have a lane. He would try and shoot it. It would get blocked. Nemeth blocked it, clears it out of the zone. Graves blocks it, moves the puck away. Like, their PK right now is swallowing up the one thing that the Blues are trying to do. Yeah. Now, the one adjustment that they made is that they tried to send the puck when they were sending it over to Bozak.
Yeah.
They were trying to hit O'Reilly, who was in that bumper spot in the middle. They were trying to hit him because that's on his forehand side. They can't do it on the other side because they've got Shen down there as well. So they move it around. They're trying to pull them apart, open it up for Hoffman. It wasn't working. Tried to get it into O'Reilly. He goes over the net, and sticks are getting on it because there's just no room there. Yeah. You do all of that. All of that is in the entire point of it is trying to open it up for Mike Hoffman to just go ham on a one-timer. He got 0 clean looks from that spot. It was a fantastic PK from a structural standpoint.
Yep.
It was perfect.
You'll get no arguments from me. The special teams battle as a whole, the Avs are dominating St. Louis.
Yep. That's that PS where Bozak is. That's where David Perron plays.
Yep.
And that's the biggest difference that David Perron is making in this series right now. His absence is that they do not have to take Tyler Bozak bombing one-timers seriously. Yeah. Because if that's what they want to do with their power play, Jared Bednar and the Avalanche are like, by all means. And if you bomb one by Grubauer, credit to you. But they will give them that.
Yeah, agreed. The Avs, I don't know. I'm out of ways to keep saying this, but the Avs need something, and then Nathan MacKinnon goes, "What's up? I got you." Every single time.
So the fourth goal, they scored the ensuing goal.
Yeah.
So I didn't end up tweeting it out, but I had the whole tweet written out. But you notice, okay, matchup wise here, the Avs got up 3-0 in the second period, and they stopped putting Ryan O'Reilly out there against Nathan MacKinnon. They started putting him out there primarily against Tyson Jost. Yep. But they were also trying to pick spots. They were moving him around. It was working. Now, Colorado's top line was still more or less just doing kind of whatever he wanted to do. Because let's be real, that's just sort of what they do to teams.
Yep.
But it was... They took either I don't know who made the decision. I don't know if the Avs saw it and Bednar was like, go, because O'Reilly got caught out there on a longer change or whatever.
Yeah.
All I know, they ended up on the ice together and the Avs scored immediately.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, they cannot continue this matchup. They cannot continue the matchup of Ryan O'Reilly against Nathan MacKinnon. Ryan O'Reilly is getting the ever-loving shit kicked out of him.
Not close.
And that's bad. especially when you're known for being a two-way player that shuts
when
down
you're a guy that has won a Selke trophy. You've got that in your closet as the league's best defensive. I keep saying that. I swear to God, I think he's won it. Should probably double check.
Pretty sure he won one.
He did.
Otherwise, I'm a real asshole for keep calling him a Selke winner. But that matchup, Nathan MacKinnon is kicking the shit out of Ryan O'Reilly, and as soon as they moved him away, they started finding success.
They found life.
They started getting, that line started to generate chances. That line got some life. They started to feel a little better about themselves. And it was so funny to me because they score that fourth goal and I'm like, okay. And they show the replay and they're going through it and I'm like, look who it is. Look who it is.
What are you going to do?
What happened? They got the matchup they wanted. And Peter Baugh asked about it at Morning Skate this morning. Oh, hey, I think that was Baugh's question about that matchup. Did it just work out that way? And Bednar's like, no, we want that. And you could tell from the regular season matchup, they want that.
Yeah.
And Craig Berube, look, to Craig Berube's credit, what other option do you have?
Yeah.
Like, if you have Ryan O'Reilly, you're hoping that the one thing that he does is like shut down Nathan MacKinnon. That's what Ryan O'Reilly is there for.
Yeah.
That should be the thing that he does. And he just cannot handle Nathan MacKinnon right now. Look, in a 7-game series, what will be in this series will be, but through 2 games.
He's 0 for 2 so far. Yeah.
2 games. And look, the 8 regular season games were also instructive. Ryan O'Reilly went scoreless in, I think,
5 or 6.
It was 5 of them. He had 1 point in their first 6 games. He goes scoreless in 5. He had 6 points in 2 games.
Yep.
With the Avs both playing Dubnyk and without Mikko Rantanen. Yep. So feasted a little bit. Sure. Also, one of those goals was scored by Devon Taves, but whatever. It's the reality is right now that matchup, which I said was going to be the key to the series, Roar against Mac. It's not that Mac is winning. It's that
he's murking. It's not close.
It's that MacKinnon is devouring him. It is unhinged jaw and swallowing the bitch whole.
Yeah.
It is. And I melted down a month ago and was like screaming about it and said that he was going to eat him. So far, that's exactly what's happened. That is exactly how it has gone. So I'm really interested to see, one, if on home ice they continue to stay away from that matchup, because it looked like Berube was like, we got to get away from it. We got to get away from it. If that happens and they stay away from that matchup, it'll be interesting to see the way that MacKinnon responds, the way that the rest of the team does, if O'Reilly's game gets picked up at all. But see that in this game specifically was really interesting.
I mean, who's going to stop him? And this isn't even just the St. Louis Blues. Like, right now, the way that Mac is playing, you put him up against anyone, he's going to devour them right now.
Well, right. And it's like, and maybe that's what Berube just has to just swallow hard and say, okay.
He's going to get his and move on. Yeah.
Bozak, good luck, bro. But we need O'Reilly to start doing something. Yeah. And look, like I haven't looked at the numbers. Anecdotally, I thought Jost was treading water for a little while, and then I think you started to see the difference between here's a top line, here's a third line. Like, they started to really sink their teeth into the Avs on that forecheck especially, but it's also your defense has to move the puck. And
100%.
Look, Devon Taves and Sam Girard did not have great second halves of this game.
Honestly, the best puck-moving defenseman in the second half of this game might have been Connor Timmins. And that's not to say Timmins played great, but the Avs defense, when the Blues started pushing back, the Avs defensive puck movement went downhill quickly as a whole, as a unit.
It has to be the big three that do it.
Of course.
You know that you're going to get mistakes out of Graves, out of Nemeth, out of Timmins. You just have to live with those.
Yep.
They are never going to play a perfect game for you. If they were, they wouldn't be depth guys, right? They would be high-end defensemen.
Right.
Devon Taves has to pick it up a lot.
Full stop.
Sam Girard, a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes. the edge that he lost is like that's just a tough break. Like that's whatever. But some of the decisions with the puck really weak.
I think that's the point to make. It's not necessarily the puck movement, like the actual pass. It's the decision that gets made.
Yeah,
that is an issue for those guys now.
Yeah, and look, that's the knock. That's the scouting report on those three guys.
Yep,
hit them and force them into mistakes. Now, some of these mistakes weren't forced.
Yeah,
they were just
made them.
They were just being made. That Patrick Nemeth turnover isn't a forced error. He ducked the forechecker and had time. He just blew the pass.
All right.
You expect to live with that from those types of guys, but the Gerard and Makar and Taves, those three have to elevate. And if there was an argument for putting Bo and Byram into the game, I don't care which one of the other three they pick. I truly don't care. Even if it's Timmins, I don't care. But his ability to skate pucks, especially against this forecheck, they're up 2-0 without him. I would totally understand if Jared Bednar's like,
why?
We're fine.
Yeah.
AJ.
I can understand the hockey team being fine. You cannot stand up there and tell me that anyone trusts Patrick Nemeth right now.
Yeah. It's bad, dude. And like he's doing the thing like
the PK was great.
That's the
thing.
You
put the box of the PK. If he only plays PK, it's great. Every single time he steps out on the ice 5-on-5, it's, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, and that's another reason why you want to play Byram right now, right? Is like, if this continues, get a little bit of experience right now while they're up 2-0. Getting them ready for the next series.
Yeah. Would you put them in a 2-0 game when they're going to be maximum desperation? And look, my fear is that he gets out there, he gets 3 shifts in, Kyle Clifford gets a bee in his bonnet because he permanently has one, and he goes headhunting the kid. And then now you have a bigger long-term Kyle, or a bigger long-term Bo and Byram problem.
Especially from what he's coming back from.
Exactly. Yeah, and I would also say you can't live your life like that.
Yeah.
That's like saying you can't go out when it's raining because you're afraid to get struck by lightning. It's a thing that could happen. You just can't live that way.
All I'm saying, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a rookie into a game 3 of round 1 in the playoffs that doesn't have a goal yet.
Yes.
You know,
history has clearly taught us that. Yes. Let us do that.
It's worked in the past pretty well.
Can I drink to that?
Yes. Let's hit these shots.
People are just staring at them.
Dude, they've been shouting at us for like 10 minutes during these.
I tried to interrupt. I got shut.
Yeah, I saw the comment. I said, wait.
Sorry. I got on a thing.
To Dr. Dubs. Chat to
You're way
Dr.
too far over
Dubs.
there,
Yeah,
so.
that's not clinking. These are so thickly poured.
I do not believe there was alcohol in that.
Yeah, that was not. That was pretty easy to drink.
It was delicious, though. Tonight, anyway.
So those had to go to about 150 people. So.
True. Fairly diluted. Fair enough. There was whatever it was delicious.
It was tasty. Can confirm. We are brought to you by Gabby Insurance. GABI.com/DNVR. That stands for Get a Better Insurance, because that's all they want to do for you. Completely free to use. Go over there, check your rates. They'll probably tell you that you are wasting hundreds of dollars every single year on your insurance. So jump on it. Head on over to Gabby, both home and auto, to take care of you. Everyone here on this panel has saved a couple $100. Yep. Eric over there saved like $1,400 or something insane.
16.
Up
more.
higher?
He says more than that.
16.
So that's like.
I'm just kidding.
That's like 8 boxes of Hassel Cattle Company meat right there. So jump on it.
Does that count the scooter delivery fee?
Oh,
or no?
true.
I don't know if you could get.
No,
8
Eric says
boxes on
no.
there.
Extra.
That costs extra. Head on over there.
It's like
Be
Death
sure
Stranding with you.
to use the Gabby.com/DNVR to let them know we sent you. Also brought to you by Strava Craft Coffee, the CBD infused coffee.
Could use some of that right now.
Dude, they have it cold brew down at the bar. So
I know.
Might go pick some up after the show, baby. You can check them out here. Obviously, go online to StravaCraftCoffee.com and you can get 25% off when you use code DNVR25 at checkout. They're awesome. I love all of our partners because they all just make dope products. And if you haven't tried them, try them. You should really do that at this point.
Guys, the Tom Wilson and Nazem Kadri are
completely different incidents.
They
entirely.
are in no ways comparable.
Yep. It's just they're not. Kadri hit a dude during play.
Let's be honest about this. If Tom Wilson did that, if he did what Kadri did,
he's done it.
He would get a library thrown at him, not just a book.
Yep.
Yeah. He's done it definitely.
Kadri's gonna get the book.
Yeah.
Like, if you think all he's getting is a $5,000 fine,
you're crazy. If that's it. Yeah.
I would love to live in your world right now.
The floor is a game.
I will say the major penalty
would
be the only thing where they go back and look at it and say, okay, it was a major penalty. He got kicked out of the game. Yeah. The thing that won't help them is that it was with 13 minutes to go in the third period. He got most of the game anyway.
I mean, there's zero.
And his last name's Kadri.
The thing is, did he just get a match or did he get a match in a game, right? By default.
I'd honestly have to look at the log. I'll check it.
If he got in a match in a game, there is zero reason for the league to rescind that game. So that's the floor. And then, if they want to look at it, give him 2-3, whatever, fine. Again, I said that's fine. I have no problems with it. It is what it is.
It's so funny that this finished 6-3.
The scoreboard doesn't look close.
Well, it's like 3-2.
There
with like 7 minutes to play.
There was some serious squeaky bum time in this game, and the scoreboard is 6-3.
Imagine like walking away from that game and then waking up tomorrow and being like,
what happened? In any case, to finish things up, the third goal for St. Louis, little bit soft, it felt like.
The Hoffman goal?
Yeah.
The one that goes right through his arm?
Yeah. Under his armpit.
Leaky. It's leaky. Yeah, it's soft. Sorry, Eddie.
He knows his audience. It is what it is. Not a great goal to give up, but also MacKinnon just scored the game winner. So if there was a time to give one up, it's after that. I forget. Yeah, we will get to the 5 giveaways at the end of the show. So hang around, chill out, chat, and try and win yourself some stuff.
You got a major in a match.
He got a match too.
Can I win that stuff?
So I don't see any universe where they rescind the match. Yeah. There's no way.
Yep. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.
So that happened, and then the Avs kind of just took care of business once it got to 4-3. Empty net goals get the job done.
Yeah, well, and so let's that play specifically.
Sure.
That lineup.
Yeah.
Think about that line is constructed only for that situation. Belmar takes the face off. He's out there with Jost and Saad.
Yep.
And with Taves, and I don't know who the fifth defenseman was.
Hey guys,
I don't know either.
I'm gonna rescind my comments about not being
no
able
empty
to
net goals.
score empty net goals.
3 in the playoffs so far.
They're doing it. I mean, regular season, I think I have a case. Right now, they're all
negative
over
case. Negative case in the playoffs. Yes, thank you, Trevor. Everyone like and subscribe to the video on YouTube. That helps us out a ton.
Yeah, please do.
Please do
Unless
that.
you don't like it, then hit the dislike button.
There's that button's there.
And
One or two of you hit it every show.
We all move on with our lives.
Yep. It is what it is.
Thanks for at least tuning in to hit that button every night. The couple of people that do it.
We appreciate you.
It's so weird, but your dedication is just as appreciated, I guess.
P.S. You don't have to hate this show, Blues fans. Like, if you want to have a real discussion, we're here. We are willing to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to just sling shit, we will happily talk about what the Blues did or did not do in this game.
Yeah.
Don't lick the like button either.
They had a good game, man.
The
Blues.
Outside of the first period, they played very well.
The Blues had the kind of game that emotionally they will be able to build off of it. Practically, they're down 2-0. And Friday is a must-win game. Yep. It's not, we always talk about have-to-win games or whatever, and it's like, okay, like, the only must-win games are the ones where if you don't, your season is over. But for all intents and purposes, they go down 3-0 in the series is over.
Yeah.
They have to win on Friday night. They have to. And there was enough from tonight's game that they got on video that they're going to be able to feel like, hey, do a couple of these things and we can build off of this. If we can consistently get them into these couple of situations where we found success, particularly putting the puck over their head, because they were doing a lot of that where they were able to put the puck in, they go high over it, force the defenseman to turn around and put their backs to the ice, which is where Colorado's like smaller puck movers are at their weakest. Get the forecheck on them and force them to turn around and read the ice as quickly as possible. That's the avenue of success for them. That's where they're going to find success. They are not going to find success on a regular basis in transition. They have 2 goals in 2 games in transition. That's not winning anything. They have to start to dig their teeth in, force mistakes, and counterattack. That's where their success always has come from. It's where it has to come from now.
I mean, I think part of the prevention of the Blues is look at the buy-in from the Avs forwards. How many times tonight did we say that back check from Nathan MacKinnon is ridiculous?
If you knew what a Selke was and you were just watching this game, only this game, between O'Reilly and MacKinnon, you would think MacKinnon was the Selke winner.
Yep.
The way that this is one of the best defensive games that I can ever remember him playing. And I normally hate when people say that because it's like, okay, we'll name his next 3 best. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yep.
But truly, this was one of his most impressive defensive efforts to date. For him to do it in the postseason also, I don't think is any accident whatsoever.
No coincidence.
I think he knows that's the last bastion of his game for him to continue to improve, to truly take over the world, and accomplish the goal that he has set out for himself.
Mikko was a little quiet tonight, but he did some great back checking.
He had some back checks too.
Yeah,
some pucks that were big time strips.
I think he finishes with 2 assists and
at least 1 for sure.
A super quiet Mikko night.
Yeah.
But a much better. Again, defensively, those guys were committed.
Yeah,
and they set the tone for that team. As they go, the Avs go.
Yeah,
and Landeskog was nowhere near as good tonight as he was 2 games ago. Still good.
Landy was in the right positions. There was just no finish there for that man tonight.
Yeah, he could have really blown the top off that building.
Yep.
After that first goal, it was like 2 shifts later.
Yeah.
And that would have been. I mean, that if that happens, this is probably a 6-0 game, and we're not. The Blues aren't feeling good about anything.
Yep.
But it didn't. Bennington did a good job.
All right. So,
Super chat coming in here real quick.
Hit us.
Val was a monster early, Ryan O'Reilly type of game. Think he can keep this up?
Val was Val in this game, to be honest with you.
I wasn't in love.
The forecheck is good. It's always good with him. The offensive opportunities felt a little bit lacking. There is not a ton of expectation on him to convert, but it felt like you weren't getting a lot of quality there.
Yeah. Which is okay.
It's fine. It certainly didn't hurt. All right, we got hyped people in the building.
Podcast mom been drinking some tequila.
I bet, dude. At that game, I bet.
A Mac hat trick? Are you kidding me?
I don't know if you can hear that, chat. I'm assuming we don't have a graphic, but here we go.
Friends, the hat trick from Mac at the game, immaculate. So much fun. Shout out to super producer Kale for letting me have fun at the game. Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
I won't derail the show. Bye.
So,
Continue.
as Ali was alluding to, I don't think we have a graphic, but if there was like a king of the game, is Mac the god of the game?
This, I mean, Nathan MacKinnon is just, we've talked about how driven he is and how there's just a different level and blah, 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 right?
Yep.
He comes into the game like third all time in playoff points per game in NHL
Something
history.
insane. And he goes up that list.
Yeah. And like the Gretzky and Lemieux are so far ahead.
Well,
Like,
they're different universe.
it's like Mac is at like 1.4 and they're at like 1.8 and 1.6 or 1.7.
Yeah.
It's like they're on a totally different planet. And let's be real, like Nathan MacKinnon is not those guys, but being a quarter step below is pretty good.
Super elite.
This is different. Like this is just different.
It is.
You know, he scored in every single postseason game last year except one.
Yeah.
And he is, you know,
what do you say? What do you
genuinely,
say?
I have the hardest time going on and on about MacKinnon because it's just like he's elite. He's the tip top. When you go to the draft table every year, you're hoping to pick a player that just makes your whole life easier like this.
Yeah. The craziest thing
that
about
carries your franchise.
Yeah, the craziest thing about it too is like he's just starting to reach into his prime.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the last couple of years that level, you know, it took him 5 years, right?
Yeah,
like,
but I still think there's another
for him to it has to be here.
Yeah.
Regular season, I don't think there's anything left for him to do.
I don't think he cares either.
Well, and truly, like, get a 100-point season and win a Hart Trophy. Like, it's like personal accolades, right?
Yep.
Whatever. But this is where he wants to eat. This is where he knows. He is acutely aware that this is where a legacy is made in the NHL.
Yep.
It is all good and well if you score a ton of points in the regular season and you're a great player and your team makes the postseason every year. Lottie fucking da.
Yeah, don't disappear.
It's the postseason where you have to be different.
Yeah.
Don't be Johnny Gaudreau.
And look, there was an inkling that this was coming. His draft year,
Yep.
he goes to the Memorial Cup. He's head-to-head against Seth Jones. And he just goes, 5-point night?
Yep.
Don't mind if I do.
His rookie year in the NHL, dude pops off
10
against
points
Minnesota.
in 7 postseason.
Yeah.
Looking back on it,
That was a sign, man.
The fact that Nashville held him to 6 points in their 6-game series
bravo.
was
Like,
basically the only thing they should have been proud of that whole postseason. It was their only true accomplishment. We just didn't know it at the time. But this, like, the zone that Nathan MacKinnon is in right now is incredible. There's going to come a game in this series, and maybe it's Friday, where he picks up an assist. And that's it. Like, and we're like,
MacKinnon was just okay tonight.
is Nathan MacKinnon hurt? You know,
It's a
like,
quiet night
oh
for
my
Nathan
God,
MacKinnon.
it is. Jeez, dude, he is something else. I did see Jost elbow Robert Bortuzzo, and Bortuzzo did not return. I hope Bortuzzo's okay.
Yeah, of course.
I don't love it from Jost. I don't think it's suspendable. I also don't mind Robert Bortuzzo getting a taste of what he dishes out on a nightly basis.
that's very true.
He pulls some shit after every whistle.
You see the same things happen to the Avs. Belmar got abused tonight, shift in and shift out. So,
well, and that was a sacrificing the body for some of it.
for some of it, sure,
Yeah,
the
like
shot
blocking
blocks and
shots
stuff,
is-
but
But he also got his
getting your bell rung and
as you're going off to get on the
like,
bench,
you got blood
Nose.
coming out of your
Yeah.
nose, and then the next shift,
You
you take a Colton Parayko slap
Yeah.
or two, really close to the
Manscaped
region. That was weird. We might spend too much time together. Like that's why you put up with Pierre-Edouard Bellemare doing nothing all season.
Yep.
Right? Like that's where it is. That and the face-off win where he wins the face-off against Tyler Bozak on the right side. That is Bozak's advantage. It's on his side. He wants that. It's on his forehand. That's his advantage. Belly wins it anyway.
Yep.
Like straight up clean win. They move it. Jost makes a great little play, delays, gets the puck up, and then Brandon Saad. I didn't know Binnington wasn't in net when he did it. I just assumed because I was like, because I was like, what the hell's he doing? And I was like, the net's got to be empty, and it goes in, and it was like Yahtzee. That's a great job. That's just a great job. Yeah, that looks great.
Perfect. So, you already saw MacKinnon king of the game. He gets the hat trick on the empty netter to seal the deal. I mean, the game was over, but still, well rewarded.
Yep.
I do want to get to it because I promised somebody we would. Under the assumption that Kadri gets at least one game, how do you work the lines? YOLO life, new hook 2C, move Jost up because he's earned it?
No, I think what I'm calling right now is that they put Jost there. Comfort takes so Jost will go in between Burakovsky and Donskoy. Comfort will take Jost's spot between Saad and Nichushkin, and then Sherwood is your right wing on your fourth line.
You go Sherwood over Soderberg.
If Soderberg's healthy, Soderberg.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I don't
know.
I don't know the status of the back injury and all that.
Yeah,
so I would go
having a
Soderberg.
maintenance day.
Yeah, if Soderberg
month.
if Soderberg is fine, then I would go Soderberg.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think it'll be Sherwood because
I do too.
Bender keeps talking about Sherwood and the heavy game that he plays, and we know that they love to talk about it. Look, as long as it's not Liam O'Brien, we good.
And Jost always shows up. Like, you put him up higher in the
Jost at this point is almost not worth mentioning because every night he does something absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just like the consistency is there now.
Yeah.
And so it's almost just like, okay, well, Tyson Jost was Tyson Jost tonight, guys.
Well, and you put him on any line, and he instantly becomes a guy that gets the puck out of the corner. He's a grinder.
Yeah.
He's like the little lightning bolt that you need on that line.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So,
Lots
chat.
of people in the chat asking about going 7D and bringing Byram up.
Absolutely not. The Avs will not go 7D.
Okay. They wanted to know.
I appreciate Aaron wishing us luck with our blog, in which we are fully media credentialed and make full livings off of, as we sit in the top of the bar that we run. So I would say good luck with whatever the fuck you're doing. But I don't
Aaron.
know what it is, and I won't
Bye.
ever think about you again.
Catch you later. So, if you don't want to be like Aaron and get kicked out of the bedroom, if you want to get in the zone, or you want the ladies in your zone the way the Avs do.
Oh, look at where it landed. I might need a lawnmower.
That needs to be Manscaped. That needs to be Manscaped.
Oh, goodness. I need to shave.
Please stay away from that.
This is why
I don't
want to
say it, but
Manscaping.
Allie just gave Rudo so many things to Manscaped.
I took my razor home. I'm sorry. I will have to get it at home. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. Get their perfect package. Get 20% off with code DNVR. Use the DNVR code to let them know they sent you. Head on over there. Support us. Support our partners. It's super awesome. Final thoughts on this game before we give away some gift cards.
2-0 series leading.
Easy.
My prediction's wrong.
What was your prediction?
4-2.
There's still a chance.
Still time.
No, it's not. It's not happening.
It felt like tonight was the big punch, right?
Yeah, we will see, though. I mean, obviously going into St. Louis, them having home ice, being able to match up lines.
This was I picked them in 5, and I picked Game 3 as the one that they would lose. So
Yeah.
but we'll see. I mean,
who knows?
like after tonight, we talked about there's a lot for them to build off of. It could also just be as demoralizing on the other side. Because they just did everything that they could to get back into it, and they got smacked down.
I think that was kind of the backbreaker for St. Louis to me. Is they lost game 1 with a great performance from Binnington. I was like, well, the Blues didn't really have the push.
Yeah, I mean, they just got shelled in game 1, where you're like, okay, there's nothing to take.
But the push was there in the second half of this hockey game for them, and it wasn't enough.
Absolutely.
So. I don't know who said that in chat, but please don't show me your Manscaped. I don't want. All right, we have 5 $15 gift cards to the DNVR Locker to give away. Our super producer, Kale, will be picking 5 of you in the YouTube chat randomly.
All right.
Be sure to be on YouTube watching the show if you are not currently to get yourself
We're scrolling, and
that's up to Kale.
All right. First one, random comment I picked. We're going with Brett C.
All right. Well, your comment is incorrect, but congratulations.
Shout out Brett C. I did random. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Brett, DM me on Twitter, Nathan_Rudolph, or hit me up on Discord if you're already in the DNVR Lounge.
I want to choose one.
Either way,
Okay,
we will
Ryan.
get you hooked up.
5
total,
We got
4
4
left.
more to go.
Well, there's a lot. We'll have more of these giveaways, by the way, chat.
Yeah, we have enough of these to do for several games.
Yeah.
Someone on this screen.
Joseph
Kressel.
Congratulations, Joseph.
New gift card.
A better comment than the last.
All right, let's go. Allie, pick from this screen.
That's not fair.
Do it.
Steph!
Steph, let's go.
Wow.
That wasn't fair.
All right.
First one I saw.
Congratulations.
A little bit more crowd noise, everybody. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. All right, Hank.
Congratulations, Steph. I expect the purchase of a 4 Horsemen shirt with that gift card.
All right, Hank, come pick a comment from
Yeah.
this screen.
A Wolf X.
A Wolf X. Congratulations.
Another one of our dudes.
He's an OG. Yeah, he is an OG. Congratulations.
All right, we got
A-Wolf.
one more. Who wants to pick it?
That dude was hanging out with us on Twitch.
I got it.
Dude, that dude followed
Ryan's
me on
got
YouTube
it.
before.
All right.
DNVR.
Go from this page.
Sasha Hoffman.
All right, that's another dude. You guys are picking all the dudes. Congratulations, Sasha.
Hey,
Shout out Sasha Hoffman.
That's the second
a
giveaway
girl.
win.
Steph's one of our dudes, though.
Oh, I mean.
Steph is a homie. That is a homeboy. We have one last super chat that came in.
Thank you all.
I have one thing to say. We went to the game tonight, and I just feel
They
like
cannot hear you,
they can
Ryan.
hear me from here. I was just gonna say that we went to the game tonight, and I feel like I paid a lot of money to watch men play hockey against boys.
Accurate. Approved.
That's all I have to say.
Congratulations to all of our winners. Again, DM me, Nathan_Rudolph on Twitter, or hit me up on the Discord if you are a part of the DNVR Lounge. Either way, we'll get you hooked up with your gift cards. We will be giving more of these away. If you didn't win tonight, keep tuning in for the rest of the series. Got a chance to win still. Yeah, I guess we are done. Hopefully the rest of the series continues to look like men against boys.
Is that a new band?
Yeah. I don't know how to.
All of the clever things I want to say are
Yeah.
wildly inappropriate, so I'm just gonna let it go.
There's some kind of boys to men
NAMBLA
reference.
some NAMBLA stuff
Oh
going
my
on.
god!
Let's
All
just
right.
leave.
Oh boy! Oh boy! All right.
No one could hear that, so.
Thank you for watching, everyone. We appreciate all of you in chat tonight. Again, if you hit the like button, that helps us out a ton. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. We will be live 5 days a week, as always, post-game every single Avalanche playoff game. Come hang out. Tell all your friends. If you have Blues fans that want to hear the other side, let them know. Like I said, we're happy to chat if they just want to chat. Don't rage, and we'll have a conversation. We are out of here for the night. Hopefully we see you at the DNVR bar Friday night. Get here early, as I mentioned. It's gonna be packed.
Yep.
Until then, we will talk to you all later.